Okay, in this video, we are going to talk about the header in more detail, footer, how to add customizations in your header and footer, and then we're going to do a quick preview of the website as well. All right, so let's get started. Navigate to the header. Now, as you can see, we've created some pages by default. You can always add more pages as well by clicking on the pages/blogs menu on the left hand side option. We're going to talk about that in a different video, but for the purpose of this video, let's work with the pages that we already have. So what we're going to do now is create a header. So in the header, I am going to have a home button. I'm going to have an about us, a blog section, and maybe, let's say for the sake of argument, terms and conditions as well. Once I've selected everything under the pages menu, I am going to click on add to menu. And as you can see, they came over to the right hand side under menus option. If you click on save, the header will be saved. Here, if you want to create a sub menu, you can always do that as well by simply dragging the option over to the right hand side. So as you can see, I dragged terms and conditions to the right hand side, and now it is showing as a sub menu under about us. I'm going to click on save. Takes a quick 5 seconds and it has been saved. Let's go over to the footer. Now, footer is a little bit more involved. That is, if you want to make the footer fancy or not, based on how you want to create your website. So let's first create the footer headings. As you can see, by default, we've given you 3 options or 3 subheadings, or I should say main headings in the footer. Let's say I am calling this as our categories, or let's say product categories. Let's say the second, I am going to say it is about us. Third column, let's say we will call this as terms and conditions. Terms. I'm going to click on save. Okay, so all 3 categories have been saved. I'm going to go back in the footer menu by clicking on that option. Now, under product categories, let's say I am going to have a menu option called as home, and I'm going to click on save. Saved. Now, in the second column, about us, I'm going to have about us. Takes like 5 seconds to refresh, so that's why it refreshed again. So in the second about us, I'm going to have about us, and I'm going to click on add to menu and then click on save again. Let's save for quick 5 seconds. And in the third menu options, terms, I'm going to have 2 things created here. One is privacy policy and other is the terms and conditions. I'm going to click on add to menu and then same thing, click on save. Okay, so let's go back to our objectives. We have customized the header, we have customized the footer. Now let's look at the customization option on the left hand side menu. Now here you can customize 3 things. One is this top bar, then you have the bottom half of the header, and then you have the footer as well. Okay, let's start customizing the top bar. I can change the background color and I can change the font color. So let's say I want to have this purple color in the top navigation bar. In the background color of the header, let's say I want to have a bluish purplish color. And then if I want to make the header sticky or not, again, sticky means the header will always be constant, and it will float at the top. And if you don't check this option, the header, as you scroll down, header will disappear. Let's say I am not keeping it as sticky. Now in the footer, you have two colors as you can see. Let's say the outer background color, I want it to again be purple, and then inner, I want it to be similar to what I have given here, like a deep purplish shade. And you can always copy the RGB code as well. I don't remember the code, so I'm just going to take a shortcut right now in this demo. So looks pretty close. If I want to change the font color, let's say I want the font color as white, so everything is white here. And I'm going to click on submit. Okay, so customize the header, the footer, font color, and the background color. Now the last thing, I am going to see how my website looks like, and I'm going to click on preview website, and this is how it appears. We have the name of the website up at the top, and then down at the bottom we have the colors that we chose. One thing you might have noticed that we don't have the top bar. That is because we have not added anything to our social media links. If we go back and go to the contact details and add something in here, do you want to view this on header or not? Only if you click put something in here, it's going to show on the header, and then email as well. If you want to show your email address on the header, you can show it as well, and then phone number as well. And then click on save. Come here, do a quick refresh, and now you can see I've added a Facebook and a Twitter. It shows up. I've also added the email and the phone number, so everything is showing up here along with the template that we had chosen. Okay, so we have covered how we can customize our header, how we can customize our footer, add a little bit more customizations in terms of color and the font, and then we have previewed the website as well.